All right, good morning, guys. I thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. So if you look right here, really quickly, what we're going to do today is we're going to learn what international organizations are that the United States belongs to. This goes along with what we've been talking about different governments and how the United States does conflict and cooperation. This is the last new material that you're going to learn this year. So this is it. You do have a quiz this Friday. The quiz will be 10 questions, multiple choice on types of government, system of governments, economic systems, and then what we're doing today. So again, you see the rules here. I shouldn't have to go over this because we know about it. Just make sure you don't have a profile picture up. You participate in the breakout rooms. This document that I'm going to be teaching from, as well as the accompanying document, can both be downloaded from EDSB. And I'm going to show you that right now where that can be found. So if I go into EDSB, you guys will see here a few things. Robbie, can you see my EDSB screen, buddy?
I can.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So the two documents that you need for today are right here. Notice that I'm in the EDSB page. One of them is just a PDF file that we're going to go through a little bit. And the other one is the organizer that you guys are going to fill out. This organizer is going to be submitted to me for a grade. Robbie, what is the due date for all assignments?
Friday.
Friday by when?
11 o'clock.
Friday by 11 a.m. For you guys, you can see right here, whoops, I don't want to do that.
Gonna report your own.
Yeah, my own comment, or my own content is inappropriate. On your end, you'll have a submit button. That's where you submit your work. We've done these assignments before in the past. The way that today is going to work, we're going to read just a little bit, and then you guys are going to be in breakout rooms to work on your stuff, and that'll be the entire class. So you see here, reminder, today's assignment is due by Friday, which is the 22nd at 11 a.m. You have a quiz Friday, May 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Socrative. I've already posted a study guide, so when you go on to EDSB, I reposted it again this morning. It's right here, okay? Using these PowerPoint presentations that I've given to you guys and the notes that you've taken, you should be fine. Are there any questions about the quiz on Friday?
How many questions are there?
10 questions.
Cool.
Pretty quick and easy for you. And that'll
Okay.
actually be your final grade of the 9 weeks.
Nice.
All right. So what we're going to do, you guys will look here. We're going to learn about what international organizations are. Some of these you've heard of because they've been in the news a lot. You've probably heard of the United Nations before. I would hope you've heard of the World Health Organization. They've been in the news quite a bit over the last few months because of the COVID-19 outbreak. So we're going to learn what these organizations are, what they do, how they work, all that kind of fun stuff. I need a volunteer, and you can just jump in and say me, to read here where it says working together.
I'll do it.
All right. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it.
I just have it.
You can look at my screen if you want. Here,
I got it.
Are you there?
Non-governmental organization. Oh, wait. No, wrong one.
That's the wrong.
Working together.
Okay.
Organizations are groups of people, businesses, or governments that work together to solve an issue. International organizations involve governments or people from different countries working together to solve an issue that crosses country borders. Reaching across borders is what makes them international. There are two main types of international organizations.
All right. So there's two types. There's thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Intergovernmental organizations and non-governmental organizations. Let's read about what an intergovernmental organization is. Can I have a volunteer to read this?
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Intergovernmental organizations. Inter means among or between. It is a prefix that shows there is a connection between things. Intergovernmental organizations are organizations that are formed between governments. They are based on formal agreements between 3 or more countries that have come together. Have come together for a specific purpose. For example, several governments might come together to share the nation's experts and resources to develop solutions for fighting hunger around the world. One more thing. Is it supposed to say experts or exports?
Where did you see that? Oh, experts.
Yeah, is it supposed to be experts or exports?
Yeah, no, experts. Meaning, like, if our country has an expert doctor and your country has an expert doctor, they meet together to come up with a solution to a problem.
Yeah, I was just confused there.
Yeah. Does that make sense, though?
Yeah.
So an intergovernmental organization is any organization that has 3 or more member countries. And you see here, there's an example, which we're going to learn about in a little bit, called Nato, which is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It is a military defense alliance headed by the United States and has many European member nations. We'll read about that in a minute, but that is an example of an intergovernmental organization. You then have these non-governmental organizations, or NGOs, they're sometimes referred to as. Can I have a volunteer to read what a NGO is? No one? I'm just going to call on somebody.
I can read again.
Well, let's get somebody else. I appreciate it, Jason. Let's see. Josh, you've been drafted.
Oh no.
Josh, can you read non-governmental organizations for us, please?
I'll do it.
All right, Jensen, go for it.
Non means not, of course. Non-governmental organizations, NGOs, are groups that work to solve problems around the world. Although they may have members that come from government organizations, they are not connected to any government. A non-governmental organization is free to work toward its own goal without interference from any government. If an NGO wanted to fight hunger globally, it might cooperate with other NGOs or raise money independently to fund projects.
Okay. So an NGO is just, it's not tied to any one government. The Red Cross is an example. Red Cross, Red Crescent Society is an example of an NGO. And so what do international organizations do? Can I have a volunteer to read that, please?
I'll do it.
All right, thank you, I appreciate it.
What international organizations do. International organizations have often been responsible for providing help to nations in need. They also keep peace in countries that are having violent uprisings or civil war. In addition to using troops or volunteers to maintain peace, international organizations also work to provide better education and medical care to people in war-torn areas.
All right, fairly simple. And here's what we're gonna do. So if you guys will look, you notice that there's a whole slew of different international and non-governmental organizations. There's actually 6 of them. What you guys are gonna do, you should have a document that looks something like this, all right? For each one, it's the same thing. You're gonna tell me the year that they were founded, the number of member countries, the reason it exists. Why does the United Nations exist? What is the purpose of it? Then you're gonna read through in your breakout rooms and tell me what are their main roles. And each one should have at least 2. And then give me a specific example of something that it does. And when you read the text, it'll do that. We're gonna do the first one together as a whole group. So let's read, actually I'll read it to you. And what I want you guys to do is I'm gonna read about the United Nations. And I want you guys, as I'm reading this, I want you to fill out the organizer, this, that I have made for you. So as I'm reading, you're going to tell me the year it was founded, the number of countries, the main roles, all that kind of stuff. I want to make sure that you guys understand, and then I'm going to put you into breakout rooms to work on this on your own. All right, so let's go here. All right, the United Nations. In October 1945, right after World War II, 51 countries started an organization with a goal of keeping peace, developing friendly relationships among countries, and improving the quality of life for the world's poor people. This organization, called the United Nations, has 193 member nations today. So right off the bat, we probably got a few answers. When was this organization founded?
1948.
1945.
What year? One person at a time.
1945.
What year was it founded?
1945.
So you would put 1945. How many countries does this organization currently have?
193.
193. Did it also say the reason that it exists in that opening paragraph? What's their main reason for existing? It tells you right in here. What does this organization try to do?
To keep peace.
Okay, so, oops, let me go back to my, all right, so they attempt to keep peace between countries. What else do they do?
Improve the quality of life for poor people, or for poor
They
citizens.
help the world's poor or impoverished. Anything else? Was there anything else in there that it said that they do? Wyatt, what else did they say that they did in that opening paragraph? Besides, they keep peace, they help poor, and they do what else? They help the poor.
Developing friendly relationships among countries.
Okay, they develop friendly relationships among countries. That would work. Who was that?
That was
That was
Eric.
me.
All right, good job.
Thank you.
They So we got all of that just from the, whoops, just from the first paragraph. I'm going to continue on. That's just the first paragraph. So let's go back to our UN thing. In its peacekeeping role, the UN sends troops to bring stability and peace to troubled areas of the world. UN peacekeepers are troops or police sent from member countries. They wear their own country's uniform with a UN helmet or beret. One of the UN's peacekeeping missions is in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, a country in Africa where tribes and smaller militias have been fighting for years. UN peacekeepers are there to protect civilians and aid workers from physical violence. They are also helping the country's government restore the rule of law. Remember what rule of law is from the beginning of the year. The UN currently has 15 similar missions worldwide. Let me show you guys something really quick here. You guys see my internet here? So can somebody give me a specific example of something the UN is currently doing based on what we just read?
They're trying to help people like aid workers and civilians in the
Where though?
Republic of
Specifically said
the
something.
Republic of Congo
Okay,
from
trying
getting hurt.
to help keep rule of law in Congo. That'd be a specific example. Can you guys see my screen here, what I'm looking at? So what happens is that member nations will send soldiers to different countries where there's been a breakdown of government. Congo had a civil war, or is in the middle of a civil war right now. And so you see these UN soldiers. The reason they have the bright blue helmets is that so everybody in the village or everybody in the countryside knows, okay, these are essentially the police. Where do these soldiers come from? Does the UN have an actual army, or are these just volunteers from different countries?
Volunteers
These
from
are
different countries.
volunteers. Yeah.
They're volunteer armies from different countries, and you see these are probably from Pakistan or India. The bright blue is so they know that they're a peacekeeping force. They're a peacekeeping organization. So let's go back to the reading here and finish our last paragraph. In its role to improve the quality of life of the world's poor, two of the most well-known UN organizations are the United Nations Children's Fund, or UNICEF, you may have heard of that, and the World Food Program, the WFP. UNICEF works in poor areas of the world to help prevent disease and child abuse. UNICEF also supports the rights and education of children, especially girls, who do not receive equal treatment to boys in many parts of the world. The WFP works to end hunger around the world. Part of this involves bringing food when there is an emergency. The other part involves preventing hunger in poor parts of the world. The WFP does this by providing school meals to encourage families to keep their kids in school, helping farmers find good markets for selling their products, and paying people with food in exchange for their labor-building improvements to their communities. So let me ask you guys something. How come we don't see UN peacekeepers on the streets in the United States? How come
Because
we really don't see UNICEF, that United Nations Children's Fund, really super active in the United States?
Because the U.S. is fair.
Because the US is what?
The U.S. government and people in it are fair, mostly.
So do we have a lot of the poverty? I mean, we have poverty, obviously, in the United States, but do we have extreme poverty like you do in maybe Latin America? Or
no, we do not have mass poverty.
we don't have mass starvation, that kind of stuff. So really, they're active in what are called third world countries. So again, that's UNICEF and WFP. So they do a lot of good different things around the world. So going back to our notes here, what would I put for main roles? What would be a main role of the UN? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
UNICEF
Okay, what does UNICEF do?
helps the children.
Helps children what? Sing and laugh and play together?
Yes.
What does UNICEF help them do? Helps children what? Go to school? Are there parts of the world where kids don't have access to school?
Yeah.
Yeah, what if you're in a war zone and your school's been bombed? And I saw that Wyatt typed in, they help for peace. They prevent outbreaks of wars in poor countries. So all of this information, I got that directly from the reading. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge for you guys because you do have to read, okay? This is going to be due on Friday. What you guys are going to do in your breakout rooms, and I'm going to leave the breakout rooms open until 10 a.m. today, work through as much as possible. In class on Wednesday, we'll go over some of this, and if you guys need a little bit of extra time, we can do that, and then we'll do some practice questions for the quiz on Friday, all right? Are there any questions as to what I'm asking you guys to do?
Nope.
No? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and open the breakout rooms. I'm gonna be coming around. I need to see all of you guys off of mute. You're taking turns reading and you're filling out this organizer. Your job today, figure out what these organizations do. That's pretty much the extent of what you need to know. All right, Abby, Jordan, Gabe, can you guys unmute yourselves, please?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, you guys, you came in late, that's why you don't have a breakout room. You guys can work from just the main room here, okay? understand what it is that you need to do? No? Yes? Callie, Emma, Adam, Riley?
Yes.
Okay, so what I want you guys to do, I'm going to hang with you guys for a minute. We did UN as a group. Let's just do NATO as a group right now. Okay. Riley, can you read the opening paragraph? What is NATO?
The North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Oh, just read the entire thing. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, is a group of countries in Europe and North America that have signed a treaty agreeing to protect each other in case of attack. NATO was founded in April 1949 by 12 countries. Today, NATO has 28 member countries. NATO's countries protect themselves by working together to help stabilize parts of the world that are in trouble.
All right, so right off the bat, did we get a couple of answers?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to our notes. Let me find mine. Not that. There we go. So we'll go to NATO. Emma, what year was NATO founded? When did this organization come into being?
Um, 1949.
Okay, good. And Callie, how many member nations are there?
28.
28. Guys, what NATO is, it's a defense alliance. I'm going to show you guys a map. Can you guys see? Every country in blue is a member of NATO. Essentially what NATO is, all of these countries have signed this treaty, and essentially it says if any one of these countries are attacked, what do you think the other ones are guaranteeing that they're going to do? Adam?
Declare war.
Yeah, they're all going to jump in. This was originally set up to counter Russia. It's an anti-Russia or anti-Soviet Union alliance is what it is. Russia's a big, powerful country in Europe. These countries felt threatened. So if Russia were to invade, let's say, Poland or Germany, the United States would jump in to help them. That really is what the purpose of NATO is. But let's keep reading here. Let's see. Gabe, can you read the second paragraph, please?
Yeah. One role of NATO countries is to help keep peace and security around the world, even in non-member countries. For example, NATO troops are in Afghanistan helping the government there to maintain control of the country and fight the threat of terrorism. In addition, NATO troops in both Afghanistan and Iraq are helping to train the militaries in those countries to be able to stand on their naval ships from NATO countries to fight pirates and provide security to ships off the Horn of Africa.
It literally just told you the two roles. It even says one role of NATO. So let's go back to our thing. What's one of the roles of NATO?
Help keep peace and security around the world.
Kind of similar to the UN, right? What's another role? It said it kind of in the second part of that. Do they train armies around the world?
Yes.
Yes? No? Maybe so?
Yes.
What does it exactly say, Riley?
Let me get to this screen thingy.
Here, I'll pull it up on my. Can you see my screen, Riley?
Yes.
What does it say here? What are they doing in Afghanistan and Iraq?
Train.
I'm trying to fix something, sorry.
That's okay. Gabe, are you there?
Yeah,
What is NATO doing in these two countries?
train the military.
So can we put that as one of their roles? They train local militaries to help keep peace in their own countries?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we go back here. Train militaries and countries why does this organization exist? I kind of told you. What was it originally set up to do?
To combat communist
Yeah,
countries, mainly
Yeah.
Russia.
yeah, it's an anti-Russia alliance. So when you guys, where am I at? There we go. Can you guys see my organizer?
Yeah.
It combats Russia. That's really why it exists, or at the time the USSR. Let's finish the reading out. Let's go back to the reading. And Callie, you've been drafted. Can you read the last paragraph, please?
Yes. NATO also uses resources to help.
NATO, the long A.
What?
NATO.
NATO also uses its resources to help both members countries and non-members countries after a natural disaster. It does this because it believes that the world will be a safe and secure if victims of natural disasters receive help quickly. For example, in 2010, Pakistan suffered major flooding and asked NATO for help. NATO for help. NATO agreed and deliver donations from countries and non-governmental organizations. NATO airplanes delivered many supplies from member countries. Generators, water pumps, and tents donated from
Slovakia.
Food and medical supplies donated by Germany, field hospitals from Denmark, and blankets and tents from France, as well as baby food and high energy biscuits from non-governmental organizations, along with other aid donations.
Okay.
Seems
So,
like those.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Seems like those biscuits are infused with at least 5 scoops of sugar.
Maybe. So if we look for a specific example of what they do, went to Pakistan after an earthquake and did what?
Wait, was it flooding or?
I said earthquake.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did they do in Pakistan after there was an earthquake?
They helped them out and like gave them a lot of stuff.
Like what?
Donate.
What do they give them? PlayStation?
Food, medical supplies.
Distributed food and there you go. Guys, was this difficult?
No.
No, you just have to read it, okay? I'm gonna go to some of the other breakout rooms to check on some of the other kids.
Okay.
There are 7 of you in here. That means you guys have plenty of kids that can take turns reading and doing things. Got it?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna leave this open till 10 o'clock. Guys, get this done so you don't have any more work this week.
All right.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Mr. Mellum.
Where are we at?
We're on
we're on
finishing
EU.
the EU.
The EU.
We're
How do you
finishing
pronounce
it.
that? U?
Like E, capital E, little capital U.
Okay. What does the EU stand for? What is that?
The European Union.
Yeah.
The European Union. You ever heard of the money, the euro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what this is. Originally, it was set up so all the countries in Europe, no matter where you travel in Europe, you don't have to change your money out. So you have one type of currency, and you had like all the stamps are the same, and you don't need a passport. Why would they do something like that? Why would all
Just
these
to make it
countries agree?
easier to travel.
Yeah, travel and trade too, right? The goal is eventually to make this an actual country. So Spain, France, Portugal, Germany, those countries would kind of sort of be the states in a larger country. Did you guys need help with anything?
A
no, we were kind of
specific example.
A specific example of what they do?
Oh yeah.
Well, they created the euro.
Oh yeah.
They created that money right here. You guys see my screen?
Yeah.
So one role of the EU is to create a single economy. All the countries use the same unit of money called the euro. Another role that they have is they act as a single voice in the world for its member countries. Do you guys know what Europe looks like in terms of like how many countries there are?
No,
Not really. Look up here.
Not
No.
So,
geographically challenged.
yeah. So here's a map of Europe. A lot of countries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small too. Like if you put the United States on top of this, the United States would go from about here to the borders of Russia. It would cover this whole thing. So you got a bunch of teeny tiny little countries here. Here, maybe this one's a better. No, maybe not. There we go. That's a good one. So what they do is when they negotiate treaties with, let's say, like a big country like Russia, would they be stronger as like one big unit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the EU is. So whenever Italy has to deal with this big giant country, Russia, it's not just Italy, it's all of these countries kind of banded together. So on your paper, when you look at one of the roles that they do, they speak on each other's behalf to give them like strength in numbers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Looks like you guys kind of had this under control. I'm going to leave the room open until 10. That's your chance to get your work done and submit it just so you don't have any more work this week, right?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys. I'll come check on you in like 15 minutes. How we doing, guys?
Doing pretty good.
Where are you guys at in the work?
Where we just got on the EU.
You just finished EU?
We just got on it.
Oh, you just, okay. So tell me about NATO. What's NATO?
The North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
And what do they do? What's the purpose of it?
To protect themselves by stabilizing parts of the world that are in trouble.
Okay. It's a military alliance. How many member nations do they have?
28.
28. Okay. Yeah, it seems like you guys are getting it. All right. Continue trudging along then. I'll leave the room open until 10 a.m. for you guys to work, okay?
Okay.
All right. If you need anything, just let me know. I'll be bouncing around.
27.
Are you guys okay?
We're
Yeah.
doing good.
Yeah, I didn't realize there were only 2 of you in here. Sorry though.
I didn't either.
Did you need any? I had to move a few kids around, and I didn't realize that I plundered everybody out of this room. But did you guys need any help with anything?
We're
Nope.
good. We're on the EU.
Okay. All right. I'll come check on you guys in a few minutes then.
Okay.
All right. You got it.
Roles. The first main role is there in Afghanistan helping with the government.
No, we
Okay.
settled that was the specific examples.
Oh.
There's going to be some overlap between the main role and specific example. That's okay.
Okay.
But yeah.
Are you guys doing okay? You're cool?
We are doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you need anything, you can use the chat thing to send me a message, and I'll come help.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are we doing, you two?
Good.
Where are we at?
I am on the Reason Exists EU, the last part of it.
Okay. Did you need any help? I'm going to put another kid in here with you guys. I didn't realize there was only 2 of you. Dylan, are you there, buddy?
What?
You're uncharacteristic. I can't speak. You're usually very talkative.
Oh, I'm back. I was going to make myself a cheese sandwich.
Cheese? You made yourself a cheese.
No, I didn't mean to say that. I meant grilled cheese.
You're eating macaroni and cheese for
No,
breakfast?
grilled cheese.
Oh, a
But
grilled cheese
yeah.
for breakfast?
Yeah, well, I was going to make a turkey sandwich, but that would take too long.
Oh, okay. All right. I need you guys to focus. I'm going to leave this open until 10 a.m. Kylie, were there any ones that you guys were stuck on?
No, not me.
Dylan?
I was only on like the first one. I wasn't able to get any other ones.
Why don't you guys work together? Kylie's a pretty smart kid. So this is a good chance to get all your work done, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Give me all the answers, please.
No, she's not going to give you all the answers, but
I tried.
you guys can help each other, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
What's up, fellas?
Oh, hi.
Nate, are you
So,
Nate F? Are you there, buddy?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were in a room by yourself, so I moved you over.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Where are we at, Nate? One of the names.
so right now we are on the European Union.
Okay. What's the European Union or the EU? What do they do?
The EU is a partnership between countries in Europe that is designed to help them avoid conflict by making them dependent on each other.
Oh.
It's what it says up here.
Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So the EU basically, so this is a map of Europe. Most of these countries are really small. And so what they do is they've kind of banded together to negotiate trade deals and treaties. So for example, here's a good map. What if these little countries had to deal with Russia, this big one here? Would they have a lot more strength together as a pack?
Yeah.
Something else the EU created, you know what the euro is?
Yes.
What's the euro?
That money and
Yeah. You guys see my screen here?
Coins.
Where is this good? Where can I spend this? Anywhere in Europe. If I'm in France, they'll take this. If I'm in Germany, they'll take this. If I'm in Poland, they'll take this. Why would they want to create one currency for the entire continent?
So it's easy to get around?
It's easy to get around. You also know that if you're a citizen of any of these countries, you don't need a passport to travel.
Oh, wow.
You can just go. So if you're in France and you want to go to Germany, just get on a train and go, or a plane, or whatever. They also use the same postage stamps. It's made business a lot easier in Europe because, like, what if you lived in this one of these small countries here, like Bosnia or Croatia, and you had a company? Would it be very difficult to expand your company? Like you own like a Walmart or something?
Yes.
Yeah, because you have all these other countries with all these other laws and all these other ways of doing things. So one of the points of the EU was to make it easier to do trade and to do business. They have the same business laws across the entire continent. So if you're looking for one of their main roles, that's what they do. All right. All right, guys, the room will be open until 10 a.m. for you guys to work, and then we'll shut it down at that point, okay?
All right.
All right.
How many countries?
186.
186.
Guys doing okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you need any help with anything?
I
No.
don't think so.
Feel like you're okay? All right.
Yeah. We're on the Red Cross. So
Caleb, can you read the third paragraph, please?
Another role of the EU is to act as a single voice in the world for its member countries. The EU is run by a European government that
much of the medical research in the world takes place. Okay, another role of the WHO is to help keep people healthy around the world.
Are we doing okay, guys?
Yeah,
Patrick, are you there?
I don't think he can unmute himself.
Yeah, he's not muted right now.
For me, it doesn't show a microphone.
Patrick, can you hear me? Can you give like a thumbs up or reaction? I don't even know if he's there. Justin, let me do this. I'm gonna move you into another room with so you have some people to work with.
Okay.
Would that be okay for you?
Yeah.
That way you're not all alone. What room are we in? Breakout room 4. Patrick, are you there?
Yeah.
So how come you weren't talking?
I don't know. I just didn't feel like talking.
Well, that's part of the purpose of a breakout room.
I also had some background noise, so.
Okay, but the part of the reason that we do the breakout rooms is so it's just like in class when I ask you to read or, hey, your table's working together, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're in these breakout rooms, regardless if it's in civics or math or language arts or science, one of the requirements is that you participate.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put you in the same room that I put Justin in. There's a few other kids. I'm going to be in there watching you guys. I want to hear you participating, okay?
Mm-hmm. And
we okay, guys?
We just finished.
You just finished?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The entire thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me then, in your own words, what is the World Bank?
Well, I'm just gonna say the reason it exists.
Okay.
It helps poor countries with their finance issues. So if there's like a poor country that doesn't have a lot of like resources, the World Bank will give them like loans so they can like afford some resources.
Yeah, that's what they do. What's the World Health Organization? We're hearing about them in the news quite a bit.
Improve like the health around the world and like keep people healthy that like in poorer countries.
David, let me ask you something. What is something specific that they would do? Like, what are they doing right now in the world, in the real world? What's going on in the world right now?
Well, like people are getting sick and stuff.
So what do you think this World Health Organization is trying to do?
Like keep people healthy and like supply medical, I guess.
Yeah, they're a big, like with medical supplies. Do you think they're doing a lot of like COVID-19 testing?
Yes.
Yeah, and they more go into like poor countries to do it, but they've been working with the U.S. government, the European Union, China, trying to prevent this thing from spreading. They're incredibly important. We're kind of seeing that right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you guys finish, then you can upload your work, and then you're done at that point.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mellum.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It was formed in 1863.
Are you guys doing okay?
Yeah.
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 Did you need any help?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Which one are you guys on?
The Red Cross.
Red Cross.
So you're getting there. Okay. The room will be open for another 10 minutes or so. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Either way, specific example of what it does.
We're actually doing pretty good.
Good. We're actually doing pretty good.
We said we have 10 minutes left. And I was like, we're actually doing pretty good. We're having 10 minutes.
Considering for only 10 minutes left. Hey, awesome. All right, keep at it, boys.
Bye, Mr. Mellum.
See ya.
Bye.
What's up, folks?
We finished.
Finished?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, if you guys are done, here's what I would recommend you do. Go in and just upload it right now. Just so it's done. If you need help with that, I can do that for you. So once you upload it, you're kind of done with civics other than studying for the quiz. Okay. Did you guys have
So this is like a last assignment besides the quiz?
this is it. This is the last graded assignment, and then
Do we have a Zoom on Wednesday?
Mr. Mellum?
there's going to be class on Wednesday. Yeah, Wyatt, I got your message. There's going to be class on Wednesday. We're just going to review for the quiz and kind of go over a few things, but yeah, that's it.
Okay, bye, Mr. Mellum. Have a good day.
You
Mr.
too.
Malum,
Yes.
will that quiz be our last quiz or no?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, all right. So we can leave now?
Yeah, unless you need anything.
All right. Have a nice day.
You as well, Riley. Take care. Emma, are you okay? Are you good? I guess so. She left.
That was easier than I thought.
Yeah, it's just definitions. Like, what do these organizations do? And I would assume that you've heard of some of them before, at least a little bit.
Yeah. Like the health organization, I've
Yeah.
heard of a
You've
lot.
probably heard of the UN.
Yeah.
United Nations. All right. If you guys have submitted your work, you're free to go.
I'm not
All
done
right.
because Callie's do kind of work too fast. So
You getting caught up?
yeah, I'm at
All
red
right.
class and I'm almost done with it.
Did you need help with anything, or do you have it?
I think I got it.
You think you got it?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right. See you, Mr. Mellum.
Hey, man, have a good one.
You too.
Oh, Eric.
No, he took
I
off.
don't touch.
Wipe out diseases.
Miss Tori, we're going to have about 10 minutes left. And then
Okay.
sit down.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That means, hello, Mr. Mellum.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Did you need help with anything?
Not really.
Which one are you guys on?
We are just finishing EU.
Just finishing?
The Europe, even
No,
though
just
Europe was
finishing
founded much before the United Union Nation, Europe.
Okay, what?
Okay. So Europe was founded much longer before the
You mean
European
the continent of Europe?
Yes, the continent of Europe was made a lot
Millions
longer.
of years ago through
Yes.
plate tectonics?
Beck,
That's
this is
what
what
he
I'm
was
telling you.
talking
This is
about the
literally
whole
what I've been telling you. Plate
Yeah, but
tectonics.
that's
Oh my
not
gosh.
the
That's
not,
okay. You're thinking
that's
of
not
Europe.
the reason that it exists that we're looking for.
You're thinking
No.
of Europe as like a landmass.
It is a landmass.
I know it's a landmass. It's also like a political and cultural entity.
And that's why it existed. Plate tectonics.
That's not the reason that we're looking for.
Yeah. Which one are you guys on?
We are on
Now we're on the very last section of
the World
EU.
Bank?
No.
Of the EU.
Specific examples that what
Specific
it
example.
does.
Okay, so number one, can you see my screen?
Yes, one role.
Creating a single economy. You ever heard of the euro?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the euro?
It is a form of currency that relies entirely within Europe, except for England, because they have to be difficult.
Okay, so guess what? Guess what the EU created?
Euro.
The euro, which means, it's going down right now.
Uh-oh.
So if you look here, I don't know if anybody have ever
A
seen it.
$200 bill?
Yeah. 200 euro bill. Money's roughly about the same as the US dollar. Anywhere in Europe that you go, where do they take?
Euros.
You take this currency. So if you look at
And maybe some pounds.
they'd make you change it out. So here's a map of Europe. If you notice, that's not the one I want. There's a good one. There we go. There's a lot of little tiny countries around here. So one of the things that the euro does is it makes it easier to trade. So if you're in France and you take the train into Germany, you don't have to change out your money. They take the same stamps. You don't need a passport. So one of the points of the EU,
Wait, yeah, you do.
it created one market that they all share. Does that make sense?
But the UK doesn't.
Yeah, the UK does not belong. Ironically, though, Ireland does.
It's ruled by the same.
No, it's not. They're different countries. One of the things, though, is Scotland, which is the northern part of the UK.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Scotland is
Scotland.
actually thinking about breaking away.
They
That
should.
whole Brexit thing, you've probably heard of that. So here's a map of the UK.
They
So
should break
Scotland
away.
is just the northern section of this island, which means the EU would be on part of this island, but not the other part. So when people say England, they're really meaning this part of the island right here.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got about 5 or 6 minutes left. So guys, keep at it, and then you'll get a message saying that we're going to stop.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see, what have we got? We have to help poor and middle class countries get money they need to reduce poverty. Why did I try to say poverty?
Yeah, I don't think they want to reduce pottery.
Yeah.
Tough word, poverty. There you go. We got about 5 minutes left, guys, so keep at it. You'll get a message when the rooms are closing, okay?
Wait, that's the last one, right?
I don't know which one you're in.
World Bank?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, we should hurry up and finish that one. So,
Yeah.
Well,
hopefully he knows what we're saying.
2009 rowing session.
Hopefully he knows what we're saying whenever we say
He's not.
because I don't know how to spell it. So
He's not.
Okay.
He's gonna see. Living condition.
okay, a specific example of what it does. Didn't we just reason it exists? Specific
Submitting it. I gotta blow my nose. Ah!
Okay, the IND helps Ethiopia.
Did you guys even notice that I came in here?
No. You scared me. I thought you were.
Nope. The old guy, the old kid. You got about 3 or 4 minutes left. You guys
Already done.
Oh, then submit your work.
Okay.
And once you do that, you guys are free to go.
Woohoo! But it just started raining at my house.
It actually, the funny thing is, it just finished raining over here and the sun's back out. So anyways, it's going to be real nasty for a little while for you.
Yeah. I gave my dog a treat thing so that she wouldn't be all anxious.
My dog,
hides
she would jump into the bathtub whenever it got heavy rain.
Oh my gosh, yes. See, that's what my dog would do, but then she would chew up the cord that for the water, because we had a little hose thing, not a hose, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And she would chew that up, so now it doesn't work.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right, guys. If I don't talk to you again, I guess I'll probably see you on Wednesday.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.
So if you guys are finished, you are more than free to go.
Oh, I forgot
If you
I
have any
didn't.
questions, you can hang back and I'll be in here to help you out.
Sorry, my bad. I thought I didn't leave the meeting. My bad. All right.